overnight, Southern California braces for more aftershocks after another powerful earthquake rocks the area. The magnitude 7.1 quake was felt from Los Angeles all the way to Nevada.
Today's video, we're gonna show you my emergency kit for a major earthquake or even a natural disaster. So I don't know if you already know, in Southern California, in Ridgecrest, there were 3 earthquakes. First one happened July 4th, and that one was magnitude at 6.4. And then shortly after a couple hours, there was another one on July 4th, 5.4. So on July 5th, there was another earthquake, which was 7.1, which could be felt all the way to San Francisco, all the way down to San Diego. Let me tell you, the 7.1 actually did feel at my house, and I was laying in bed, and I noticed that I felt like I was kind of on a boat. So I was like kind of going back and forth, shifting like this. But I also have vertigo, so I wasn't sure if it was just my vertigo acting up, because sometimes I have vertigo attacks. So as it was shifting, the whole house was just moving like this. So I got up, and I really didn't know what to do. You know, the first thing I was gonna do was run outside, which they say never to do. Yeah, I was just really confused, and after that happened, that kind of woke me up, because, you know, we do live in Southern California is basically earthquake country. There's earthquakes. I live only 20 miles away from the San Andreas Fault, which stretches all the way from the Salton Sea and then goes all the way up to San Francisco. And I don't know if you know, but in the last 200 years, the San Andreas Fault, there hasn't been a major earthquake, and they're expecting one at any time that can happen at any moment. And so that kind of woke me up, just to have something prepared, you know. I keep this duffel bag, which has my earthquake emergency kit. I have this duffel bag, and I'm gonna show you what I keep in there, and I keep this right beside my bed, also with a pair of shoes, because if the earthquake does strike and you're barefooted, or if you're asleep, you want to make sure that you have shoes to walk on, because if things are breaking, you don't want to step on glass and basically, you know, injure yourself. So it's always good to keep a pair of shoes right beside your bed too. All right, so let's get started. So the first thing I have in my duffel bag are a pair of shoes. And you know, I told you I have a pair of shoes on the side of my bed, but I have an extra pair, you know, just in case. Depending on, you know, if the shoes I have on the side of my bed are not comfortable, I'm gonna have a comfortable pair in the duffel bag. The next item I also put in there was a pair of socks, because obviously, you know, you need socks to go with your shoes. And then I also have some extra clothes, so a shirt and a pair of pants. And depending on where you live, it could be different. I mean, if it's a colder environment, you just want to make sure you have something that's going to be adaptable to the weather you live in. And of course, I live in the desert, but I really don't own any shorts. So I have a pair of jeans, and these jeans, as you can tell, have holes on them. So if I do want to convert them over to shorts, I could just rip them. But yeah, I have a pair of pants and a shirt. Also, another thing you should keep in there is I have this large bottle of water. So this water, you know, let's say for instance, you are displaced out of your home for a few days till, let's say, an emergency crew gets a hold of you. At least you'll have something, you know, water is the most important thing to have. They recommend that you have at least 1 gallon of water per person per day. But I just put this in this duffel bag, you know, just in case, because I mean, I'm not gonna carry around a gallon of water with me, but I have this one right here, which is about 33 ounces. So I put that in my duffel bag. And another thing too is, it's really important to have, so I have 2 granola bars. And I basically put just, you know, something that's, you know, really easy to eat. You know, something that just can hold you over in case something, you know, major does happen and there's no one that can help you. I mean, having this stuff, you'll be better off than the other person that doesn't. So I would say, like, you could probably have like beef jerky in there, or as you can tell, I just have your basic granola bars in there. And another thing too, you want to keep in your duffel bag, Another thing I recommend too is, you know, to have something that's sanitation. So I have these Charmin, and they're flushable wipes, and these are kind of, they have moisture, so they're a little bit moist, but these are a must to put in your duffel bag, because you never know when you're gonna need them. And then also I recommend anybody that wears glasses, especially if there's an earthquake at night, you're gonna be your adrenaline's gonna run so fast, you're not gonna know what to do or what to grab. So what I have in mind are an extra pair of glasses. As you can tell, if you wear glasses, I would recommend putting glasses. So I have my glasses in there, contacts, maybe some solution. So I put that in my duffel bag too. And then this one's optional too, depending on where you live and the climate. I also have these, they're air activated and it's kind of heating pads. So I have a couple of heating pads in there. So they're like instant heat. I have a couple in my duffel bag too. Another thing I also keep in my duffel bag is basically I have a debit card right here. I don't know if the debit card, it might not be useful. Depending on if there's no power, but I also recommend having a debit card and cash. Preferably probably cash you should keep in there. I don't have cash in mind, but I'm definitely gonna get some cash. The next thing I would have too is an extra set of house keys and car keys to have in your duffel bag, because you never know, if your structure falls down, you're not gonna be able to go back inside. So having extra keys, you can definitely just get out wherever you are. If you have to go to a camping site or you have to go, out of the state, you'll have your car keys, so it'll be easy access to get to. Another thing too to have is also, you wanna have like an extra driver's license, or if you don't drive, a state ID. It's good to have that too. And also you want to make sure that you have a battery pack and chargers for your phones, which I have right here, a battery pack and chargers for your phone. You want to keep that in your duffel bag also. And one of the most important things too to have is this first aid kit. And this first aid kit I actually bought off Amazon, and I'll link below my Amazon store. But basically this kit has everything from Band-Aids. It also has these tweezers in case you get thin pieces of glass in your skin, you can pull it out. This has gauze. This also has gloves to keep sterile. I also put in mine, this is a bag of, as you can tell, it's ibuprofen. But I would also recommend too, if you take medication, to at least have 7 days worth of medication in your pack too, as that's very important in case, like I said, if your house gets destroyed and you can't get inside your home, at least you'll have your medication in there. But this emergency pack has almost every single thing that you need in here. As you can tell, this one also includes drinking water. So look at this, it's emergency drinking water in there. This also has a whistle. Like let's say you're trapped, you can use this whistle to get someone's attention. That's a lifesaver right there. There's also glow sticks in here. So in case at night you can't see where you're going. And then this also has a cold pack. And then it also has, I'm trying to think what this is right here. Oh, antiseptic towelettes, which is important too, because you don't want to get an infection. But yeah, everything is in this pack, and I believe this pack was under $20. So, I highly recommend having this in there. So I keep this in my duffel bag too. I would say even having one of these actually in your car, because most people in Los Angeles spend their time, on the freeway. So having something like this, or even having an extra duffel bag in your car too, in case there's an emergency, would be a lifesaver. And not last but least, we have a flashlight. And having a flashlight is really important too, especially at night. As you can tell, this one right here is a really big flashlight. It's made out of aluminum. But having a flashlight, because especially at night, this is gonna help you navigate. And this is also gonna be a lifesaver too. I'm also gonna show you where I keep my duffel bag. I keep it right close to me, so I'll show you in the next clip. Hey everybody, so as you can tell, I keep mine right next to the door where my bed is right here. So when the earthquake happens, I'll jump out of my bed, grab my duffel bag, and I'll be on my way because, well, I'll probably take shelter first. But yeah, it's easy to grab. Grab it and you're ready to go. My main thing is, I tell myself all the time, is not to be scared of an earthquake. You know, being prepared could save your life. So having this duffel bag, you know, in the living room, right by the door, or right beside your bed, if you have this, you'll be better off than the person that doesn't. You basically want to have a plan, because when you have your plan, you're not running around, and you're not just running around frantically. Please don't forget to subscribe, like this video. All right, thank you for watching and take care.